So this is the sample we're going to be going over today.
Bless those keys, the RMC.
Alright, so my friend came over the other day and he's a pretty good guitarist and he made this melody right here. And for the second part, it sounds like this. Now for the piano, I was playing in the key of E minor. And we're gonna go over the effects I was using in a second. So what I was playing is E, D, and then C. Or if you wanna make it a little bit juicier, you can play E, D, and then E over C. Or C major 7, whatever you wanna call it. It's on E and I just do the whole octave. Then you go to D and I do the whole octave here. And then you go to C and I just do the whole octave here as well. And together it sounds like this. Super emotional, I know. Now another thing I added was this pad sound right here. And it sounded so cool, and honestly I got it from Arcade and I got it from the Hooked from No Goodbyes. It was very strange because it's not a vocal, but it was just there. It was one of their first sounds they ever came up with. Together it sounded like this. For the piano, I'm using Contact Ultimate Stage pianos from Nord, and all I did right here was just added a little bit of effect. I went from 2 to 3 so it could be a little bit wet, and then I also added the Room Stage Hall reverb, and then I added another reverb from Spaced Out. Well, not from Spaced Out, it's from Cable Guys, but the reverb is called Spaced Out. And I just went ahead and dropped it from 50% all the way down to like 9%. Also EQ'd the piano. I just removed a lot of the low end, not too much low end to the point where you can't hear the bass note, but enough where it's not going to clash with the 808 or the drums. And I also reduced a lot of the highs because I don't want it to be clashing with the guitar sound. And for the pad sound, all I did was added a EQ because it already sounds really good with a nice amount of reverb. And I also raised up some of the highs right here. On the other effects I added for that was a Pro Q3, and I just used a bandpass narrow, and then I just reduced a lot of the highs and a lot of the lows. I just wanted that mid section to pierce through. I also added the reverb from Spaced Out, RC20, and then the last thing I added for the vocals was this Effectrix, and all I did was add reverb every like 2 bar notes. Together it sounded like this. The next thing I added was a clap. Nothing special there. All I did was add an EQ and I raised up some of the highs. Something I really enjoyed adding to this beat was this clap right here. Ooh, with all that reverb, you hear that? And I added that every 3rd time the clap was hitting, like this. So as you can see, it makes a nice ambient sound. I really like that 3rd hi-hat. Now for the hats, I did want to make this kind of bouncy and not simple. And together with the clap, it sounds like this. Oof. For the hats, I didn't add any effects at all, but I did add a second hi-hat that's hitting with 16 notes and it sounds like this. Now keep in mind that that's not playing throughout the whole beat, but it does come in and out every once in a while. The verse hits or the chorus hits, mainly when the chorus comes in. And for that one, I did add some effects, added an EQ, just remove some of the highs. Also added some reverb for those hats to create some ambience, and I added Pancake. What this plugin does by Cable Guys is just it pans it from left to right. It's just more enjoyable for the listener and it just creates more space. Now super important for the hi-hats, you have to control the velocity. I control the velocity almost every single time the hi-hats are hitting. All together with the sample, it sounds like this. Next is the 808. It sounds like this. And in the second pattern, it sounds like this. Not too much of a difference, but there is slight difference in there. And for the 808, I just use that Knox Spins 808, and I use this plugin called Vitamin, and I've reduced all the lows because I want to leave room for the kick, and I just raised up some of the low mids, some of the mids, and then some of the high mids. I also added a saucy distortion. I left it at 43% with the bass 808, and at the end I just added a limiter because I don't want it to go out of control. I wanted to keep it right there and positioned in the middle, and also not distort like with the whole beat and everything. Together with the drums, it sounds like this. Next up I did was the kick. Now for the kick, all I did was added an EQ and remove some of the lows, not completely, and just raise some of the low mid just for that kick to pierce through. And now last but not least, I added this effects right here. And I just want to point out, if you're not using effects with the different transitions that you're making within the beat, it's going to sound a little bit more stale and more bland. So I would suggest just use some effects. It's just going to make it sound a lot better, and your beat's going to stand out more when the drop hits. So yeah, this is the beat right here. Yeah guys, this is gonna be it for this video. Don't forget to like and comment to help this channel grow and for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, stay blessed and stay positive. Peace.